How's it going, Sha?
Fine. You know, fine for this time of year.
Okay.
Okay. The holiday season is
Mm.
officially upon us, and I
Yeah,
feel it
it's a
on my
thing.
feel it on my shoulders. I feel it.
It weighs on you.
And it's pushing me down. I'm just
We gonna survive,
yeah,
Sha.
you
We gonna
know,
survive.
yeah, it'll be fine. I got the turkey one out of the way. That was the most stressful to me. So,
Yeah, it is the most
yeah.
emotional one because like there's no distraction. Uh, as like I don't know how good you can make a turkey, but like it's
Mm-mm.
not gonna hide feelings. You know what I mean? Like, and
Oh,
that's all there
sure.
is. Like I'm convinced like the reason that there's football on is because like somebody realized that like some exec at a TV station was like, "Yo, like I don't know about you, but every Thanksgiving, it's just it's too much talking. Like I need something to not talk to these people. You know, what better than just
Right.
to put a game
Sure.
on? You know, like because everything else has a distraction, right? Like Christmas, you got the gifts, you got the
Okay.
trees. There's a
Right.
built-in like agenda that like, hey, if it's really awkward with like one of your members of the family,
Mhm.
you have a thing that you could be like, oh, that was nice. Oh, you saw that shirt that your aunt got? Oh, that's crazy, yo. And we could just change the topic. Um, when like you have an
Mhm.
awkward convo on Thanksgiving, you gotta just sit in it for 4 hours. That's just
Yeah,
crazy.
I think that's the point of Thanksgiving is to get all that shit out. Like, they say it's to give thanks, and I'm sure that's a little bit of it, but it's also to kinda clean the pipes. Clean the famili the family pipes, you know? Just
Yo, that oh my God. Yo, that's the book I want to read. Thanksgiving, cleaning the pipes.
Just let's get it out. Let's get it out.
There's a lot of wrenching, you know?
Mhm. There's a lot. There's a lot. And because it starts to feel stressful because the week before, you're hearing from a family member who's like, "Look, just please for me. Just come for me." Like those kinds of there's a lot of bargaining happening because someone's pipes are gonna be clean, and it's not
Yo,
gonna be pretty. It never is. When you're cleaning
no.
pipes, it's never pretty. So
I love the belief that people have every year when you get that call and they're like, yo, you don't gotta talk to them. I'm like, how big do you think this house is? That
right.
like I know where we're going. How much space did you remember there being? It's a
Right,
it's a
exactly.
1,500 square foot space. We got 45 Dominicans. What do you think's gonna happen?
Right.
I have to bump into them, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, nah, it is uh great holiday, but it's an effective holiday. I'll say that. It does what it needs to do. I don't know if it's a straightforward holiday. It def doesn't do what they tell us they're gonna do.
Which
Um,
is what do you mean?
I feel like
What
we come together as a family. That is
Mhm.
accurate. I don't
Okay.
uh thankful is a weird word for it some years. I'm
Okay.
thankful afterward every year for sure. But like during
Okay.
it's a mixed bag. So yeah, like it comes and goes depending on which relative is near me.
I think the Thanksgiving part of it is, a little elastic, and
Mm,
you are allowed to feel those feelings, of giving thanks and whatnot for, like, 2 calendar days after
okay,
Thanksgiving. So to
okay.
get you through Friday and Saturday.
That's
Now
fair.
Sunday comes around, you can go back to being grumpy,
Okay, I
but
like that.
you gave Thursday, and you gave Friday, and you gave most of Saturday.
It's a lot.
But
Thank you. Yo, I got the
but then
football.
after that, yeah, after that, it's time to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
grumpy again.
yeah. I think that's enough.
Mhm.
I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm done. You know, the leftovers are finished. I'm past all the thankfulness. You know,
Okay, alright.
yeah.
Now
You
it's
know,
time for taking
oh,
things for granted again.
hell yeah, baby. We back. You know what I mean? Back like we never left, baby.
Yeah,
Ow!
yeah.
Oh man, let's get into this news. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, let's do that.
As unthankful as possible. You know,
Mhm,
kicking it off today. We got yo, this is grimy. Okay, U.S. egg
mhm.
producers conspired to fix prices from 2004 to 2008. Sha. That's right. Illinois' jury ruled this week that several major egg producers conspired to limit the U.S. supply of eggs in order to raise prices in the case stemming from a federal lawsuit that originally was filed 12 years ago. Several large food manufacturing companies, including Kraft Foods Global and the Kellogg Company, alleged in a lawsuit originally filed in 2011 that producers used various means to limit the U.S. domestic supply of eggs to increase the prices of eggs and egg products during the 2000s. The time frame of the conspiracy was an issue throughout the case. Juries ultimately determined the damages occurred between 2004 and 2008. Jury unanimously delivered its verdict on Tuesday in the Northern District of Illinois, and damages will be decided in a trial scheduled for the following week.
Okay, hold
Suppliers,
on, hold on. This
yeah,
doesn't even count the high egg prices that happened post-COVID?
nah, B, this is pre that. We was already paying too much. Yo,
So this
egg's
was
supposed
like
to be like
18
4
years
cents.
ago. Oh
Straight
my
up.
god. This
You
is
know?
wild. So
Egg's
we've
supposed
been
to be like a
overpaying
dime,
for
Sha,
eggs this
from,
whole fucking time.
from the jump.
I'm so angry.
Eggs is supposed to be feeding America. Real talk. It's supposed to be the meal you count on when you got nothing else. You
I
know?
can't bel I'm so this is wild.
Straight up.
I didn't know. I thought this was just covering
Nah.
when they skyrocketed up to like $8 a dozen, a year and a half ago or something, which I was like, wow, this is very swift justice. I should have known. I should have
Yeah,
known
yo.
then. Like, that can't be right.
That's coming later. Our kids are gonna read about that. You know what I mean? But
Mm.
right now they getting to the bottom of when we was paying $1.50 for eggs. It was like, nah, that's crazy. You know? Turns out a
That's
dozen
ridiculous.
eggs was supposed to be a nickel a pop, 60 cents for a
Wow.
dozen eggs. That
That's
should have been
mm,
fair pricing.
that's so upsetting.
Yo, changed the whole game. If I'm understanding this correctly, right? Did I misread this? Is this right? Are the companies that were filing the suit were other big companies, right? Like we only got this because Kraft and Kellogg's need eggs, right? That's am I
Oh,
reading this right?
let's
Right?
see.
It sounds like
Conspire to the supply of eggs. It looks like it.
right. That the way
Several
I
of
read
them
it,
alleged in the lawsuit originally filed that producers used the various means to limit the eggs to increase the prices of eggs for Kraft and Kellogg.
yeah. The only reason we know is because they need
Oh,
eggs
because
for
they need
their
eggs to
stuff.
make their waffles. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're like, yo, I know you the plug, but you messing up the game.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I
So
mean?
now we sticking it to the. I want to. Okay. At first, when making that realization, I wanted to be like, yeah, good for them. But you know what? Big dairy, big egg, big whatever, big farm. They on some bullshit too.
Yeah, everybody messing up right here, yo.
Everybody's on some bullshit in this. Cause I feel like I wonder if that's why when it comes to Kellogg, the only thing that I get from Kellogg on the regular, I only get 2 things, Eggo waffles and Pop Tarts.
Classics. What you want
Yes,
both?
and so I base what's going on in the company on the prices of those 2 items,
Okay.
and let me tell you something, the price of a simple box of waffles right now
Yo.
is highway robbery, and the highway's in on it. It is wild, and I remember I mean, it's reached a point now where I'm like, "Well, I mean, I guess this is just I let me go on and take another loan out for these 10 waffles. But I mean, there I it's so much. It's so
You need a
much.
co-signer for waffles, yo.
Yeah, yeah, home style. I guess it's the most popular style, but bruh, it's hard to buy a home. It's hard to buy home style waffles. Nothing with home in the name. You can't afford any of that shit. And but I
Oh my
remember when
god.
they made like a big jump, a big price jump where I was like, "Yo, slow down. You guys don't taste any better." And
Low key, I think they took the egg out and they
I
still kept the price.
I think that it was like roughly it was around the time of this egg thing
Yo,
where I guess the farmers are like, "Hey, you're gonna have to come up off of some more green for these eggs." And Kellogg is like, I mean, I guess we'll do it, but someone's gotta pay us back. And then I'm in Atlanta like, "250 a box?" Now, if I see 250 a box, I'm buying 4 boxes just on GP. I'm
straight
like, "I
up.
don't care. I'll take them. Absolutely. Eat off of them for the whole year. Half a waffle a day. That's it." But, like, yeah, I remember it making that leap to 250 a box, and I was just like, "Who the fuck does Kellogg think it is?" It's a company that's paying out of the nose for eggs, so I'm having to pay out of the nose for waffles. So, even though this is like a big dog versus the, farmer, don't think that farmer is just some little guy in a tractor with 2 chickens working overtime. That's a whole fucking machine of it, itself. So,
Straight up. They living good.
yeah.
I just just to like get some clarity too on how important this is. This is what bothered me. So like,
Mm,
when I make waffles, pancakes, stuff like that at home, the
mhm.
egg, I would say, of the waffle, French toast, pancake makes up 40 to 50% of the recipe. Am I bugging?
No, you're not. I mean, it's not French toast if it doesn't have egg on it.
Right? It's just
That's what
egg
makes
and
it
bread.
French toast.
Yeah,
You
right.
gotta you
So
gotta soak it in the egg batter thing, and then you need the eggs. And
yeah,
then anything that where it's yeah, you need egg. You need egg.
right. Okay, so I'm not crazy. So like
Mm-mm.
when I read now, I remember learning this a long time ago. If I'm wrong, let me know. Might have just been a rumor talking about it, in the block. But
The
the
streets.
streets taught me when I read a nutrition label,
Oh, yeah, no, the streets definitely had a lot to say about nutrition labels.
straight up, yo, on the block, yo, this is what we was talking.
Mhm.
When you read a nutrition label, the ingredients are in order of what they use the most,
Yes, yes,
right?
yes, I learned that as well. Mhm.
Okay, so for Eggo waffles, the ingredients are enriched flour,
Mhm.
vitamin B2,
Mhm.
folic water,
Mhm. Mhm.
vegetable oil, so we're at 4,
Okay.
sugar,
Mhm.
uh leavening, leavening,
Uh-huh. Lebanon,
whatever that
maybe?
is, at
Uh-huh.
6. Then it makes the point to emphasize this. The rest of these ingredients are 2% or less.
Mhm.
Salt,
Mhm.
dextrose,
Sure.
spice,
Spice.
whey. We had
Okay,
10
well
already, shot. Number
uh-huh.
11 on that list, eggs.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So like they was already not using much in their
Right.
version of it. You know
Yes,
what I
but
mean?
how new is that,
That's the current recipe.
ingredient
You right.
list?
Yeah.
So,
This
like, did
might
they
be
have to make
why.
it yeah, did they have to make adjustments, and that's why egg comes in at 11?
Yo, what if it's all like, yo, what if this is why they pushing this whole like vegan vegetarian thing on us, shot? They're like, yo, you don't need eggs. You know what I mean? You don't want
Oh,
eggs.
wait. Are these farmers okay, I just
Yo, I'm telling
are
you,
they, like, are
it,
they out here fighting in the streets with vegans?
yo, I'm telling you, yo,
Like,
this is real. The
to my
conspiracies is
vegan
coming out.
people, my vegans out here, let me know if you've just been walking down the street and you hear a fucking tractor behind you, but you turn around and you don't see nothing. Let me
Yo.
know if you've been hearing ghost tractors, because I'm a little scared for you now. Let me know if chickens are like, taunting you. Like, let me know.
You just hear rakes, you know what I mean, against yo. Just
Just
be
what is happening? But yo, I wonder how I'm not I'm not sure how big. I don't have numbers on veganism, right? I don't,
right.
but it's certainly the number that you could attribute to veganism is bigger than it's ever been,
Yeah, it's growing.
right? It's growing. Um and so like when a bunch of farmers, those big kind of farmers though, not like we
Yeah.
got to put the individual guy with the plaid shirt and the one dog always at his side, not that dude.
Yeah, nah. Not
I'm
mom and
talking
pop.
about yeah, I'm talking they're working for who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When those guys get together, do you think that vegan is on their list, like on their PowerPoint presentation of what do we do with a problem like veganism? Like, what do we do?
Real talk, yo.
Yeah, like,
Straight
do
up,
they
B.
have plans to combat that?
Yo,
You know what I mean?
they go to sleep dreaming of target practice against tofu. You know what I mean? Like they against all of that, yo, because it's hurting their business. And
Is it?
that's what I think this is. I think Kellogg's and other companies like that took this L, they're
Mhm,
fighting it on both fronts. They're legally saying, yo, this is wrong. And then they're
mhm.
funding vegans to fight them on the other end. Like, yo, listen,
Wait,
this is wrong in general.
okay, so hold on. We think that there is a big vegan lobby? Is that
Yo,
what is that
100%.
what we're saying?
Yo, straight up, big vegan being puppeted up. You know what I mean? Is being held up right now by Kellogg's indirectly. Like I think the vegan
Mm,
hearts are pure. You know what I'm
right, but
saying?
they're
Like
in bed with the enemy.
yeah, and they don't realize it. You know what I mean?
Yes,
They don't know. They
but
just
they
getting
have because
donations.
right, because they both wanna fight the farmers who
Exactly.
could
Very different
okay, I
reasons.
see.
You know what I
Very
mean?
different reasons.
They're fighting the farm because they're like, yo, we shouldn't be doing this to eggs. Kellogg is like, yeah, and also while you at it, just don't mess with the eggs pricing ever again. You know? I'm telling you, there's something happening
Oh,
here, Shaq.
wow. Oh, you know what? This is like the fight with homeschooling, where there are parents who want to be able to teach their children at home for various reasons, right? And
Hmm.
they all have to fight together to make sure that they have all the tools that they need, the accreditation, all of the things that they need to be able to do it and not be forced to send their kids to a school. But a large part, the majority of the like backing behind that fight is this wild Christian, pretty much white supremacist group, right?
Mm.
But
Yeah.
then so you gotta be in cahoots with them and you wanna keep your your child home because the school ain't great with kids of color.
Hmm.
But now
And now you stuck in this.
you gotta get in bed a little bit, at least put one foot in the bed with these numbnuts because they really have the power to make sure that homeschooling continues.
Telling
And
you,
you just
yo.
gotta be like, I mean, kinda what they said. You know what I mean? But not all of what they said,
Not
but
all
this
of it.
homeschool part, yes.
They got that right. They stumbled on it.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
but
I'm telling you, yo, there's a conspiracy here, Shy. That's all I'm saying. I'm putting it out there. You know what I mean? Troops, correspondence. If you see some more research on this, let me know. You know what I mean?
yeah, let us know
Y'all,
if we just kicked open a Pandora's egg
yeah.
carton of something.
We started off just being cute, but like more and more, I'm just like, yo,
Or
I really
now
got to learn
we're like,
about this.
"Wait a minute. This is so dangerous."
Oh, I'm saying this out loud just because I don't want to get murdered next week by Big Pharma,
No,
Big entities.
I
You know, I'm putting it out
absolutely,
there.
if a chicken rolls up on me,
Yo,
honestly, a chicken has so much beef with me. Like, no pun intended, but me and a chicken, we're
Gastor
gonna
got
have,
pecked to death in East New York. You know what I mean?
yeah, like we definitely fighting in the street, but a chicken definitely has many reasons to be upset with me.
Also, before we move on, there is I'm literally on the Lego with the Eggo website, uh,
Uh-huh.
and I have to read you this review. There is they let you rank the Eggos. Eggos regular Eggos that I read the nutrition facts has a 4.3 out of 5 rating, solid
Okay.
customer review. But
Okay.
I read a 1-star review written by a Miss Pat from Glenolden, Pennsylvania. She says, the grab and go Eggo waffle commercial hurts. I don't like the fact that the little girl thought her mother was gonna say, I love you and have a great day at school, but instead, the mother bit the Eggo waffle and went into a dream world. The disappointment in the daughter's face was sad. That she came back to reality when the parents blew their horns for her to move. Don't make your Eggo more important than showing love and affection to your child. That's a lot to expect from a waffle shop.
No, Miss Pat. And again, not the comedian Miss Pat, just
Um,
this particular,
this Miss Pat, yo.
this Miss Pat. Are you okay? Are you okay? Let's
Yo.
check in on you. How have people around you, people who were supposed to show you love, have they retreated into a dream world?
Are they
Um,
not showing you appreciation?
yeah.
You
You
know,
know what?
affection?
We appreciate you, Miss Ego Pat. We
Real
appreciate
talk.
you. Like,
You are not
you're
alone.
not you're not wrong. You parents should probably be a little more on top of it. But occasionally, Miss Pat, have you ever taken a bite of something that has transformed you?
Mm,
That has taken you back to a time when things were simpler and you
mm.
weren't expecting it? Or you catch a scent and you remember someone in your past, someone who truly loved you.
Come on, Miss Pat, you've been there.
You've been there and it catches you off guard. You can't control it. We're all human. We can't control when the emotions will come in.
That's it. You know,
So maybe that's what they were trying to capture in that commercial, not so
that
much
moment.
childhood neglect. But we
Maybe,
see
you
things
know,
how we see things, you
real
know? And
talk.
I would encourage you to have your own moments of losing yourself occasionally in a fond memory, you know?
Oh, I like that.
Or yeah, just like a dreamscape of some sort. Get Walter Mitty with it if you must. But don't don't blame the waffle.
Nah, waffle ain't
We
do
hear
nothing.
you, but don't blame the waffle. Look for a little whimsy in your life. But
Yo.
don't worry, the child is fine. She made it to school. They had breakfast for dinner. It was a lovely day.
Yo. I got 2 kids. They give waffles away at the school now. You know what I mean? Crack out waffles
Yeah,
out
yeah.
there. Also, Glenolden, Pennsylvania, low key beautiful town. I was on Talk Smack. I looked it up. Gorgeous. You know what I mean? This is not the rabbit hole y'all expected to start this episode off with. I know.
No, this is not. This isn't where.
Yo, real talk, Miss Pat. I might see you out there.
Yeah.
Glenolden, Pennsylvania has 7,159 people. So like I might legit find you if I go there. They got like a lot of rivers. Yeah, I mean.
Also, it's called grab and go.
Yeah.
So they're supposed to be moving, even if they retreat into their memories and their thoughts. They still got to keep it moving.
Oh man.
Oh, blessings to you, Miss Pat.
Oh man, be strong, Miss Pat. Be strong.
I know. Oh my god.
In other news, Orcas, they back, baby. Pummel a boat after the crew tries to deter them with heavy metal music. That's right. Heavy metal didn't stop the Orcas from rocking the boat. Gang, gang. In the week, Orcas seeming to attack boats around Portland and Spain, sailors are turning to unorthodox tactics in order to attempt to deter them. One piece of advice going around is to blast heavy metal music underwater to keep the Orcas away. But marine mammal research warns this is a bad idea. And one crew seems to have learned the hard way. That's right. Florian Rutz, who was captaining a catamaran crossing the Strait of
Catamaran.
Gibraltar. Catamaran crossing the Strait of
Yes.
Gibraltar. I only know that Strait of Gibraltar because of like the Kanye Jay-Z song, right?
Yeah, yeah. I feel like
Right.
it's something biblical, but I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah.
But you know what? The whole world is biblical to hear some people tell it. What do I know?
That the, the biblical aspect of it might play a lot of roles with the fact that the Orcas have been fighting people away. Might there's other layers to this. I think we're finding out here. The the crew tried to use a special Metal for Orcas playlist. They hoped would keep the large predators away, but that method didn't work at all. The Orcas went for the vessel's rudder, making it impossible to steer. All crew members were ultimately rescued, and the Spanish authorities towed the catamaran back to the shore. Gang, gang.
Okay, so this story is a couple of weeks old, but you know me and these orcas. Great. Do what you got to do. We need to learn a lesson. I can't believe that anyone thought playing heavy metal music would work. Like, you know what I mean?
Yo, sometimes people show you how smart they are, yo. Like, you could be really intelligent at one thing and not at another. So, like, if you're a captaining a catamaran, you develop certain skills. You got leadership
Mhm.
capabilities. I believe in you as a person in that one setting, I thought. But the second it's a little out of pocket, something new's introduced, like maybe orcas. You know what I mean? You show that like all your expertise is very specific. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
Because I can't think of like if you've been living a life at sea, you know what I mean? You out there, you seeing, you know what I mean? You I don't know what the verbiage is. I feel like seeing is more looking, not like being in the sea.
Right.
But yeah, you
I
out there
think
on
you
the
could just
waters.
be
You
at
know what I mean?
sea. Yeah, a lot going on.
You know what I mean? I'm trying, okay? You out there in the water, you live in life. I can't see how when you see orcas, what problem solving matrix you went through that said like, yo, best solution for orcas, loud, heavy metal.
I
You know what
don't
I
I
mean?
mean, like, we've heard whale song, right? We've heard what it sounds like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the opposite of heavy metal, but I don't
Word.
know why you would think that heavy metal would make them go, "Ugh, let's go another way," and not, "Oh, let's stop this."
Word.
This isn't a nightclub at the end of the night that you're trying to clear out after last call.
Yo, I figured it out, Sha.
Uh-oh.
You know what I think would sincerely bring peace to the orcas? Andre
Mm.
3000's new album, yo.
No, but for real?
Yo, real talk. It got
No.
he
Yeah.
like tuned it to that thing where like it brings calmness. You know what I mean? He got long
Mhm.
tracks, no words, just flutes, a lot of peace. Everybody that recommends it talks about how relaxed they feel. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's the only album that like I've heard people be like, yo, it puts me to sleep. You gotta listen to it. And that's like the review. Like people tell me that all the time. You know what I mean? They
Right.
say happy. And I get that. Like, you know, if it makes you that chill, maybe that is what like Andre's doing. He's bringing peace to the world, and we're just stupid to just limit it to people. It could be
Yeah,
applied to
no,
other things.
I believe that. I do believe that that's what Andre was trying to do, is to chill our mega asses out because we are too much right now. But yeah, that I think that would work with the orcas. I think that would absolutely work where they're just like, I mean, these could be party jams for them. We're not sure.
Mm,
We don't know. They could hear this and be like, "Ooh, I hadn't heard this in a long time." Right? We don't know. And then they just start
yo,
partying and go elsewhere. But I think that's what we're trying. They're trying to fix this problem with vinegar, and they really should use a little sugar.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, I like that. You know what I mean? Instead of playing music for y'all to get away, maybe you start playing music for them to get down to.
Yes.
Make the orcas happy. You know what I mean? They just
Yes.
all the orcas is telling you, yo, we got energy to burn.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let us turn up for a couple hours. We'll leave. We'll clean up after. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Put Airbnb rules up for the orcas. You know what I mean? After you leave the splash zone, just dry it up. You know what I mean?
Right. But
Leave it as you found it.
I also feel like we should go away.
Fair, fair, fair. We got.
Maybe we should go.
It's like, to me, like where the orcas are is like
That was a
when you go
terrible movie. It's the worst beach movie I've ever seen where the orcas are.
4.3 on IMDb, yo. Don't see that shit, yo. It's trash.
Horrible.
The
They ate
orcas
a
with
nut funicello. It was terrible.
I love that. I love that. In other news, China vows to crack down on funeral strippers. That's right. China has launched
Huh.
a fresh. This is an old article I just realized now, but I have to read this anyway. China has launched a fresh crackdown. I got sent this twice. So, like, yeah, China launched a fresh
Oh, so you
crackdown.
have to.
Yeah, like this kept coming to me. China launched a fresh crackdown on funeral strippers. The Ministry of Culture said it would target obscene, pornographic, and vulgar performances at funerals and weddings. It followed reports in the state-run Global Times newspaper about roaring crowds applauding and cursing as women performed at funerals. The tabloid, good that they claim it, say it that way. Tabloid claimed that they sauntered into the crowd and rubbed men's crotches while occasionally reminding them not to take pictures. The culture ministry set up hotlines to offer monetary rewards for those who report funeral misdeeds in 19 cities in Henan, Anyu, Jingsu, and Hebei provinces. Some rural communities in China believe hiring performers can increase attendance at funerals, where high attendance seen as a way of honoring the deceased. In a bid to show off their disposable income and boost numbers, some households pay out more than their annual income for strippers, but also actors, singers, and comedians. Yo, we
Would you
about to
do
get
that?
work.
Yeah,
I'd
would you
100%,
do that?
100% perform at a funeral. Easy, easy
Even
money.
if you don't know
Especially
who it
if I
is?
don't know. That I'm even more comfortable. That's not the caveat. That's the sale. You know. Yo, yo.
Oh my god.
Oh man, easy money. Yo, real
Okay.
talk, yo. Yo, if I don't
Yeah.
know you and you want me at your funeral, hit me up. Real talk.
All
Y'all
right,
know my email.
okay,
Let's do
but
this.
the strippers gotta close, right?
I'm either way. Low
You're
key, I'll
gonna
even
follow the
perform.
strippers?
I'll follow the strippers. I will perform in China. Y'all don't even need to know English. I will do it. This real talk, yo. You flying me out to China to rock out? You paying this kind of money? Yeah, I'm crushing. You know what I mean? I'm out there, yo.
Oh
I'm
my
ready.
gosh.
I'm ready for you.
This
Ain't doing this gig, shot?
No, this makes me sad from a producer point of view. Like, producing a show? Like,
what
I
if they
get the
find the what if they find the right stripper to follow you, Sha?
No, 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 I don't care. I mean, where are you going to find a stripper that will match my level of apathy, first of all? Just the fact that they're willing to strip is already going to go against my whole thing.
That's
Um,
fair. That's
but
fair.
but I'm just thinking about like, all right, so you had a loved one die, and as you're grappling with the grief, you're also like, oh, okay, they were nowhere near as popular enough to warrant the kind of people that we want to get in here. Like
Mm.
we need to like pack this house out. You know what I mean? So now you got to find a venue where it's a respectable number, but it's smaller than what you really need so that you have people spilling out into the, you know what I mean? Like, how do you make a
Yo,
spectacle of it? You got to get those four-headed, lights that are in the front of a new club that shine into the street. You know what I mean? Like the spotlights, like the Hollywood spotlights. You got to
I
get,
like that. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
If
like
you're
the
watching,
nightclub version of the guy that flails in front of the car
yes,
station. Right? Yeah.
exactly. Yes.
Okay, I'm with
Also,
you.
if you're watching this on YouTube, you've just watched me with my hands try to do those, spotlights, the
Hey,
movements of spotlights. But,
a lot of hand
yeah,
movements in the last like 2 minutes from us.
yeah, because that's the only way I can describe them is if I'm watching my hands do it as well. Um, it's just like producer-wise, it hurts my heart if I put on my producer hat of just like, how you gonna get the word out? How you gonna promote? How you know what I mean? How you gonna
Yo, yo, do
what's
you
the
got
marketing
to put the
budget?
dead guy on the flyer, right?
Yeah, that's what
Yo,
I mean, like
yo, you put the dead guy on the flyer with the stripper and the comedian. Yo, that's
yeah.
fire.
I mean, sure, if you get Pen and Pixel to do it or whatever, but, like but you also still gotta be respectful. I don't know. Just like, what do you make commercials for the radio? Do you do, like, reels? Do you post it on reels or stories? Do you put it on the grid? Do you is it just for
I'm so excited.
anywho.
A few things. One, if you
Yes.
heard this and haven't decided to hire Shalewa to produce your next show, I don't know what you're thinking. Like,
No, I'm bad at it because I know these are the things that are necessary. I'm not necessarily good at it, but I know that it's you gotta be
you got
able
to
to
problem
do that.
solve this. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be able to, okay, what about this? You know, I'm a big picture person, but I know that details are involved, and I'm like, can you do that while grieving?
Oh man, yo, so much of this is dope to me because like, yo, the dude passed away. Like, does the wife pick the stripper for her husband's wedding, for her
Mm,
husband's funeral? You know what I mean? Like,
mhm,
or do you talk to his best friend because he was the best man at the
mm.
wedding and would then know what strippers were hired for the bachelor party? You know what I
Oh,
mean?
or, like, do you get a stripper that looks like the now widow, or do you get a stripper that's
Ooh,
actually what the deceased is into?
yeah,
Widow or widower, you know? Like,
yeah,
what do you do? What happens then?
yeah,
These are all of these discussions have to happen. Do you understand?
yeah.
In planning, you're planning a funeral, and you have to go, "Well, now, how come none of these strippers look like me?" Now what?
Uh.
Now that's a whole thing. Yeah,
Yo, but
this is
low key shot. This is
mhm.
making me realize how important it is to have a stripper at your funeral. Because you these are the real discussions you need to have if
I
you're gonna
dare
have
say,
a
um,
relationship.
yeah, I was gonna say you might need to have these conversations early. Like maybe you need a stripper at the hospice or a
Yo,
stripper at the,
yo,
or
I'm on board with this.
yeah, you may need to. Yeah, you definitely need to. As someone who has had to put together a couple of funerals for loved ones, have a list. You know, be detailed.
Yeah.
I had one parent who was very detailed, and one it was a shock, so we didn't have any plan. Have a plan of some sort.
Yo.
You know,
Yo, and
definitely
because
specify the stripper. Specify the type of stripper.
Shy, like I'm telling you, this is the move. You know, like I'm trying to think of like I love my dad. We've had nothing but superficial conversations for the 40 years I've been alive. Like, outside of maybe like 10 minutes combined. Like
Right.
it's been sparsed out, and like what better way to get to know that man, than on the day of his passing to get the gift of knowing what strippers he was into, and learning a little more about him,
Right. So
seeing
that's
what
a
he was like.
conversation you need to have now.
But he should have that with my mom. I want to
Mm.
find out at the funeral. This is like his
Oh,
showcase.
you want oh
You know
boy.
what I mean? I want to
You don't
show up,
even
be like,
wanna learn it while he's alive, you wanna find
nah,
out, let it you want
funeral,
the big
let it rock.
reveal to be like, "Huh, who
Straight up.
knew dad was in the Redheads?" That's what
You know
you
what
want
I mean?
that's how you want it to go.
Straight up. I want it to feel like I'm on a field trip and I'm learning about this dude. Like, yo, this is crazy. Word?
Mhm.
Explains so much. You know what I mean?
I feel like you should know a little bit earlier. I'm not
Okay.
saying you need to know early in the relationship, like, and now I'm thinking if I had a spouse. I don't think I need to know when we're courting. I definitely don't need to know. Married a few years, I don't need to know. A few kids, yeah, I don't need to know then either. But as we wind down and we're starting to like, okay, well, look here, man, what kind of strippers do you need me to get? Right? By then, because if you have the conversation then, you've already been through a lot of life. You
Yeah.
can't really get mad because it's like,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. We've been through enough. Just go on and tell me the kind of people you want stripping at you,
Yeah.
you
And
know?
cause really, like I already know, like when I talk with Gabby about this later, I'm be like, yo, like, honey,
We're
like you gotta understand.
not sure. Oh
These
boy.
strippers, like, they don't just it's not what I want. It's that they represent us, you know?
What?
Yeah. The quality
Okay.
of stripper we get will show what we put into our relationship, Like we've invested in each other throughout our lives and now even after, you know? Like we need good strippers for you as much as for me,
Okay. All right.
you know?
Are we maybe putting too much on the backs of these strippers?
It's the only place to put it, Sha. Only place to put
I
it, Sha.
guess. Okay. Okay. All
In
right.
the news, a
Hmm.
woman stole an ambulance in South DC Wednesday and was trailed by police cars. Video obtained by News 4 shows the ambulance in motion with its lights flashing as the driver reportedly honks the horn. The driver rounds and turns and waves as she passes someone who's recording. The ambulance was taken from 360 block on 22nd Street Southeast at 10:35 a.m. as his crew treated a patient in a nearby apartment building. Oh, damn. The location is north of Mississippi Avenue near the DC Maryland line. Maurice Evans said he was working in an apartment and then stepped outside. I saw the lady standing there. Then she just jumped in the ambulance, put on the uniform, and was trying to start it. I was like, oh, this is
Wait,
not
she
good.
took time. Hold on. Hold on. She she took the time to put on a jacket or something?
Listen, this wasn't a robbery. She was living a dream, Sha.
That
Okay?
I all right, yeah, I guess so. This is
Real
more
talk.
than a joyride. She's really trying to be an EMT.
Real talk, B. You know what I mean? Fake it till you make it. That's what she's doing right here. You know what I mean? She was going, this was her proof that, like, y'all could drive this thing already. I look good in the suit. Give me the job.
Mhm.
I could learn the rest. You know what I mean?
If
What
there's
do you got to
any
do?
time that I don't wanna hear "fake it till you make it," it's when the EMT has entered my building to help me. I don't know, man. I just got in this job. I don't know. Uh-huh. What's wrong with her? I don't that's the last thing. I don't want that to be the last thing I hear. What's wrong with her now?
What? I get that far in the book yet. I'm only up to the C's. You know what I mean? I got
Right, yeah. A stroke. Oh no, we not
so,
on the S's yet. That's the last thing I hear. I don't want that. I don't want that to be the
yo, hand me
case.
the menu. Let me see if I can find this.
With the sound of the ambulance getting further and further away. Oh man. I
Oh
mean,
man.
that said though, who among if you saw an ambulance there, doors open, running,
Mm.
I'm not saying I would, but I understand. To quote
Yeah.
to quote Chris Rock, I'm not saying I would do it, but I understand.
Yo, it's
Right?
inspiring.
Yeah.
Take life by
I
the
wouldn't
horns,
put the
yo.
jacket on though.
The jacket is hard, yo. That's kind of fire. Like low key, I'm surprised more EMT jackets aren't worn by hipsters. Like it has all the same things. They get a lot of patches. You know what I mean? You can wear throwback EMT jackets. You know what I mean? Like it should be a style thing, yo. That should look hard.
Not a lot of patches. I'm so angry with you.
Like if you ignore that, like it's for emergencies, it looks like a NASCAR jacket that just ain't finished yet. You know,
Yeah, no,
it's
absolutely.
so like I'm just surprised like you don't just see people sporting them. Like nah, I'm off the clock, but this shit just look hard. You know.
Yeah, it's probably because when something happens at the dive bar where they're drinking, everyone's going to look to them like, "You got this, right?" And you gotta be like, "Nah, I got this jacket at Value Village." Like, that's not
Real
that's
talk.
not
I would have
really.
had you, but I'm 4 well drinks in. Okay,
Yeah,
you know
right.
what I mean? I can't help.
My phone isn't even charged, so I can't even
Real talk. I
call for
can't charge
anyone.
your art. I can't do nothing. You know what
Right?
I mean? Oh man, I am so I don't know. I support all this, man. Live your dream, lady. Okay,
I guess so.
real talk. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
uh, I'm not as angry as I thought I'd be. I'm like, "No,
Yeah,
I get that, sure."
real talk. I think I would have been angrier until I found out she put the uniform on. Like this meant
Yeah.
something to her. You know.
Yeah, well, here's a question, actually. I maybe this is dumb of me. I thought there were 3 EMTs per ambulance,
I
and
think
one
that's the
just
most. Yeah.
that's the most, and the one just stayed at the driver's wheel? Like,
Uh-uh.
I mean, like, is that normal for one to be left out running with the key in it in front of a building, or should they have closed that door? Or
Yeah. Leaving the
you know
key
what I
running
mean?
is wild. I don't get that at all. I don't understand. Like, it doesn't save that much time.
No, yeah, and I mean, like, I mean, I want everybody in the ambulance to know what they need to know, but just like
Right.
one throughout the shift, you just switch out who drives, and one person, when you pull up, just has to stay there if they gotta go inside a place or whatever. Is
Yeah.
that stupid of me? Am I dumb to think that there's
No,
just,
no.
like, a an
I
Uber
like the
driver and
idea.
then
I'm
2
with you.
EMTs in a van? Is that with a cot? Is that my bad? Am I
You
that could
definitely
be
got to
my bad.
rotate that guy because he would get too
Yeah,
casual after a while.
right,
You know what I mean?
exactly,
He would be taking family calls and shit on the speaker. You know?
yes, I mean, like, I wouldn't wanna get loaded into an ambulance, and if I look up at the driver area, like, the space between the 2 seats is just full of, like, empty Dorito bags or something. You know what I mean? A
Oh
big
shit,
gulp
man.
or whatever.
Oh man. Yeah, I took 3 Red Bulls today, baby. You good. I'm gonna get you there. Don't
Yeah,
worry about it.
yeah.
You chilling.
Liquid cocaine, we're on this, let's go.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm so proud of you, young lady. Whoever you are. You know what I mean? Keep taking life like that, yo. Frances Hilton, there you go. 46. She was arrested and she's facing charges, including theft, unauthorized use of a vehicle, and fleeing from law enforcement. Nobody was hurt, by the way, you know what I mean? Because she's good at her job. Okay.
Right, yes, no, and they couldn't afford to be hurt.
Finally, RFK Jr. Inexcusable to be barefoot on a plane, and he won't do it again. That's right. Robert F. Kennedy
Right.
Jr. is in the middle of a heated debate around the viral photo of him walking barefoot on a plane, on an airplane. And his response proves he's keeping 10 toes down on his stance on this issue. Ha ha ha. I like TMZ. The
Uh,
presidential candidate sent a video response to TMZ after seeing the controversy bubble up on our newsrooms, as they say. He tells us it's inexcusable for politicians to go barefoot on an airplane and promise to never repeat the same foot faux pas again. Uh,
wait, hold on. He said it's inexcusable for politicians to go
yeah,
barefoot on an airplane,
but
not
everybody
just
else.
The hoi polloi?
Nah, he out here barefooting for the people.
I can't. Man, if you don't put your goddamn shoes on, what are you doing? You wanna run this country? I don't care if you can meditate with your shoes on.
Real talk.
You can
Real
do it.
talk.
You can eat food with your shoes on. And look, I have known people who, when they are comfortable, they eat in a way that they're comfortable. So, which means they take their shoes off at the dinner
Okay.
table, right?
Okay.
At home. I've also been out to eat with these same people. They
Right.
managed to keep their shoes on in a restaurant.
For real? You know, it's possible.
Yeah. So, like, I don't understand what is happening. I understand if you have to take a shoe off to get something out of your shoe or your feet
Yeah,
are swollen, which and now is when I remind people, hey, if your ankles or your legs swell because you're sitting so long, well, compression socks, give it a go
real
during a
talk.
flight. Give it a go. But like if you need to massage something and then strap everything back on again, ain't no one trying to see your bare ass feet. Oh my god.
Ever.
It's
Ever.
it's so stressful in an airport and
Too
on
much
an
going on, yo.
airplane. There's so much going on that we all just ignore. We all just like, all right, I didn't see that. You know what I
I just
mean?
gotta get home. Just gotta get
Yeah,
home.
I'm just trying to get home. And now this dumbass who's a member of the Kennedy family got his shoes off getting on a plane and he's running for president.
Real
Please
talk.
get the fuck all the way out of here. I can't. What are we doing?
If you would like
Ugh.
to, I don't even know where to go with this one, to get exclusive advice from Shalewa on when and when not to take off your shoes. It's pretty straightforward. Just don't do it in public. All you gotta do is like and
I mean,
subscribe to the show, baby. If you are Apple,
like,
Spotify listener,
ugh.
we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. You got your house. You got the beach. That's a lot of places already. You know what I mean? What
Mhm,
more do you need? Water
mhm,
parks. You
mm,
know what I mean? It's justifiable there.
right.
Everywhere else, come on, B. It's communal space.
Mhm.
5 stars. You understand this. You keep your shoes on where they belong. Everywhere else.
All the time. All
All
the
the
time. You
time.
don't care.
Real talk.
Get them wet. You don't care.
Why not? You know? If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter and Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. Shout outs this week to Lori McDaniel and Lauren Wale. With all that said, I am admittedly, my feet are always covered, Gastor Almonte. You know what I mean? I got Timberlands that I wear around the house as my slippers. You know, real talk. Always have.
Your
You know what I mean?
house Tims. I
My
love that
house
so
Tim's, yo.
much.
I had to have a real convo with Gabby about that. She didn't understand. Like, I would wear Tim's out and then
Mhm.
come home and switch my Tims. And I was like, yeah, these are different Tims. These are the out Tims. They're pristine. They're for show. You know, they're ready. But these
Mhm.
are comfortable. They're broken in, and I
Mhm.
don't really care if they get scuffed. You know, so like, when I gotta walk by my bed, I don't care if I
Mhm.
bang the bed, but I no longer stub my toe. You know, there's a
Yes.
lot of
Yeah.
advantages. You know what I mean? People sleep.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wit.
I got a house Birkenstock pair. Yeah, and I think Birkenstocks are some of the ugliest shoes ever, and they
Yo.
actually don't help my back, they kinda hurt my back, but I got a pair that I wear around the house because 'cause I've broken them in, and they have a big rim, like, the sole of it has, like, a big rim, so when I knock my foot into something, it's hitting the shoe, it's not hitting my foot, and I'm like, "Great,
Mm.
fantastic.
Real talk.
We'll
With
we'll do
the
that."
newly designed shoe, Shalewa Sharpe.
It's
Send us
all
some souls though.
it's all walls. It's a sole and all
She's
just rubber
literally just
walls.
wearing the shoe box that they came in. You know what I mean? Oh man. This has been an adventure of an episode of War Report. Catch y'all next time. Peace.